My beloved child, take these moments to rest in my presence and know that my heart overflows with a steadfast devotion to you. For I see every hope you carry and every tremor of worry that crosses your mind, and I never turn away. Even now, I am wrapping you in my everlasting arms, holding you close so that you might feel the security that only I can give, because I want you to realize that you are never alone. Do not doubt my nearness, for I am always there, even in the quiet corners of your heart, to whisper words of comfort and strength that will guide you forward through every situation you face. Let your fears dissolve as you recognize that my love is an anchor, unshakable in the fiercest storm, and let your spirit rise with the certainty that I will never abandon you. This is my promise to you, and it stands forever as a testament to my unchanging nature. Stand strong and hopeful, for I am your refuge, and I will lead you onward into brighter days. My child, you are precious to me beyond the confines of your own imagination, and there is not a single tear that you have shed which I have not seen. I want you to take courage today and trust in the gentle whispers of my spirit, for you were formed with a divine intention, and I have equipped you with every gift necessary for your journey. Do not look at your limitations with despair. Instead, gaze upon my limitless power, for I am the one who breathes life into the most barren landscapes of your soul. Even when you feel isolated or misunderstood by those around you, remember that I am intimately aware of every longing in your heart, and I cherish you so deeply that I will never leave you. Step into the warmth of my embrace and find the confidence to move forward, knowing that my plans for you sparkle with goodness and hope. I see the strain you sometimes endure when the weight of daily burdens seems too much to carry, and I invite you now to cast every care upon me. Place your anxieties and uncertainties at my feet, for I am the one who can shoulder them without faltering. Do not fear the darkness of doubt that tries to cloud your thoughts. Instead, invite my light to illuminate the path before you, so that each step you take is guided by my wisdom. Know that my love surrounds you like a fortress, and my purpose for you is woven into the tapestry of your life with unyielding precision. Whenever you wonder where to turn, come to me, for I hear even the faintest cry of your soul, and I am always ready to lift you up. Trust that my hands will hold you steady and believe that your future is secure in my care. You are my cherished creation, and I find delight in every beat of your heart. There is a purpose etched into your very being, like a hidden gem waiting to shine at the appointed time. Do not shy away from stepping into the calling that I have tailored for you. Do not doubt that I can make a way where none seems apparent. Just as I shape the mountains and calm the rushing seas, so too do I gently work in your spirit to bring forth growth and transformation. I want you to feel the warmth of my love each day, and trust that I will never let you wander beyond the reach of my guiding hand. Take courage, stand firm, and know that every challenge you face is an opportunity for you to witness my power in action. I know that you have tasted heartbreak and disappointment, and I have seen you question whether anyone can truly understand the complexities of your pain. I am here to remind you that I comprehend each sorrow you bear, and my grace is sufficient for even the deepest wounds. Do not remain stuck in yesterday's regrets or haunted by mistakes that loom in your memory, for I have already offered you forgiveness and healing if you will only embrace it. Instead of turning inward and replaying the same difficult thoughts, look upward and remember that I am your loving Father, eager to bind up the broken pieces of your heart. In time, you will look back and see how I was steadily guiding your steps, turning obstacles into testimonies of hope. Let faith rise in your heart and trust that I have great things in store for you, even when life feels like a labyrinth of doubts. I rejoice every time you whisper my name in the midst of your struggles, for your prayers are as sweet incense rising to my throne. Whether you utter them in a hushed moment of desperation or in a triumphant shout of praise, I hear every syllable and respond with mercy. You do not have to craft polished words or follow elaborate rituals to capture my attention. I am already leaning in, listening, waiting for you to call out to me. When you feel too weary to speak, allow your tears to become your prayer, for I can interpret the language of your heart without fail. Do not be ashamed of your weaknesses, for in your very frailty, my strength is made manifest, and I will carry you through. Be comforted, knowing that your voice matters to me, and I am moving on your behalf at this very moment. Look around you, my child, and see how nature reveals my care and foresight, from the blooms that unfurl at the first sign of spring to the birds that wake the dawn with their songs. In much the same way, I am orchestrating the seasons of your life to ensure that you grow and flourish at the right time. Do not envy the paths of others or fret when you believe you are lagging behind, for my blueprint for you is uniquely crafted, and no one else can live the story I am writing in your life. At times, you might feel that progress is too slow, or that your prayers remain unanswered, but do not lose heart. My timing is perfect, and I will never leave you in the desert without providing a stream of refreshment for your soul. Let your hope remain steadfast, trusting that I am doing a new work within you, and I will reveal its beauty when you are ready to behold it. I know your heart aches with concerns for your family and loved ones, and you wonder if I see their struggles the way you do. Rest assured that my gaze is upon each one, and I am aware of the burdens they carry, the hidden needs they have not voiced, and the quiet dreams that await fulfillment. Do not fear that you must bear the weight of their well-being alone, for I am intimately involved in their lives, drawing them toward my love and truth. Trust me to protect them, guide them, and speak into their hearts, even in moments when you feel helpless. Your prayers for them are powerful, for they unite with my desire to bless them and lead them into wholeness. Keep loving them, keep caring for them, and watch as my hand shelters and uplifts them, reassuring you that I have them in my care. There have been moments in your life when you felt an inexplicable sense of comfort or a gentle push toward a better choice. And that, too, was my presence at work within you. I am constantly moving in both the everyday routines and the extraordinary events, cultivating your heart so that it may bear fruit and shine my light to those around you. Sometimes you may struggle to see my fingerprints in the chaos, but do not doubt that I am meticulously weaving every circumstance together for your good. Even when you stand on a threshold of uncertainty, I stand firm beside you, offering my wisdom and companionship. Believe me when I say, you do not face the unknown alone, for my spirit goes before you, guiding the way and fortifying you with the courage to take the next step. Rest in this truth, and let your heart be confident in my unfailing care. Do not fear what tomorrow may hold or allow the shadows of the future to eclipse your hope. Even if the world around you seems to shift and tremble, I remain the same yesterday, today, and forever, and my intentions toward you are filled with mercy and loving kindness. I want you to walk forward unafraid, holding fast to the knowledge that you are cradled in my hands and no power can wrench you from my grip. Yes, storms will come and challenges will arise, but I am your captain through every tempest, steering you away from destruction and towards safe harbors. Open your heart to the ways I can use trials to shape you into a steadfast reflection of my grace, for nothing is wasted in my kingdom. Take solace in me, take heart in my promises, and walk with the confidence of a beloved child who knows they are never forsaken. When you see injustice, suffering, or cruelty, you may question why these things exist, or wonder if I am truly present amid such turmoil. Know that I am deeply grieved by the brokenness in the world, and my heart aches for those who are oppressed or downtrodden. Even in these valleys of sorrow, I am stirring compassion, inspiring people to act in ways that mirror my love, and prompting those who hear my call to make a difference. I invite you too to share in this divine compassion, to be a vessel of kindness, and to trust that though the darkness often appears overwhelming, it will never extinguish my light. When you feel discouraged by the tragedies that unfold around you, lift your eyes, for I am at work among my children, planting seeds of hope that will blossom into a harvest of restoration. Carry on with perseverance, and let your life testify that I am always moving toward healing and peace. I formed you with a desire for connection, both with me and with others, for I do not desire for you to walk through life in isolation. When you feel alone or misunderstood, pause and remember my words. I will never abandon you. Not only am I present in your solitary moments, but I am also eager to guide you toward genuine relationships that uplift and challenge you to grow. Friendships can be fragile, and hearts can be hurt. Yet I am able to mend the deepest wounds and bring people into your life who reflect my grace. Receive the comfort that I provide through fellowship, and do not hesitate to be honest and vulnerable with those who have proven trustworthy. In sharing your burdens with them and with me, you will discover new dimensions of my love that flourishes in communal support. Keep your heart open, and know that you have a place in the fellowship of my people. Sometimes, my child, you compare yourself to others and measure your worth against accomplishments or material blessings. In these moments, you may feel inadequate or unworthy, yet I want to gently remind you that your true identity is far more precious than any worldly definition of success. You are my masterpiece, shaped by my hand and endowed with a unique combination of gifts, dreams, and personality. Do not belittle what I have placed within you by longing to be someone else. Instead, offer me your heart and watch as I bring forth fruit from the seeds of faith you plant. I am proud of every step you take, every time you stand up after stumbling, every time you choose kindness over indifference. Allow yourself to be free from the chains of comparison and trust in my unwavering acceptance and love. I am here to support you in your endeavors, for I rejoice in the passions that bring you life and the goals that help you flourish. Yet, I also want you to remember that my priority is always the state of your heart, rather than the glitter of external achievements. Do not be surprised if I allow certain doors to close, for it is in my wisdom to guide you away from paths that will not bring you lasting joy or spiritual growth. Trust that my plans will always exceed your own when you walk in humility and obedience to my call. Do not fear temporary disappointments, for I have the power to transform every setback into a divine redirection that leads you closer to my purpose. Stay hopeful and alert, for in due time I will open the right doors that no one can shut, revealing just how intricately I have been preparing the way. I know there are nights when worry clenches your heart, and you lie awake, battling a torrent of anxious thoughts about your future or the well-being of those you love. In these moments, remember that I am as near as your breath, surrounding you with the shelter of my wings. When you speak your fears to me in the quiet darkness, you invite my peace to flood in and calm the raging seas of your mind. Remember, my love does not falter when you are weak. Rather, it embraces you more tenderly, reminding you that I uphold you with my righteous hand. Keep your heart set on my promises, and let sleep come as an expression of trust in my constant care. My beloved, I urge you not to let resentment or unforgiveness take root in your heart, for such burdens will weigh you down and keep you from the fullness of life I intend for you. Yes, I see how you have been wronged, how others might have hurt you deeply, and the sting of betrayal still lingers. However, I call you to forgive just as I have forgiven you, to release judgment into my hands, trusting that I am the righteous judge. Letting go of bitterness frees your soul and makes room for healing and restoration to flow in. This is not a sign of weakness, but rather a reflection of my strength within you, enabling you to show mercy. Do not let anger imprison you any longer. Instead, embrace the freeing power of grace and watch as I transform your heart and relationships in miraculous ways. Turn your gaze from the troubles that overwhelm you and set your sights on my eternal truths, for these will never fail you. The world may offer many fleeting temptations and distractions, but my word provides the nourishment your soul desperately needs. If you find yourself parched and weary, come to the living waters of my presence, where I will revive you and teach you how to walk in the path of righteousness. Understand that this journey of faith is not always easy, but I promise to equip you with courage, discernment, and the wisdom to overcome every trial. Take each day step by step, leaning on me when you feel uncertain, and I will show you the wonders of a life lived in communion with my Spirit. Be steadfast, knowing that the seeds you plant in faith today will bear fruit in the future. I am your provider, the one who supplies all your needs according to my riches in glory. You may often wonder how you will meet certain obligations or how to handle the unexpected challenges life throws your way. In those times, reflect on how I have already taken care of you in countless ways and trust that I will continue to demonstrate my faithfulness. Sometimes, my provision may appear in unexpected forms or through people you never imagined would lend a helping hand. Embrace such blessings with gratitude and recognize that no matter the channel, the source is always my loving heart for you. Stand upon my promises without wavering and let your soul rejoice in the knowledge that I do not withhold good gifts from my children. Your heart is so dear to me that I long to guard it from the lies that attempt to steal your joy and tarnish your identity. Listen not to the voice of condemnation that whispers you are unlovable or unredeemable, for that is the farthest thing from the truth. Listen instead to my voice, calling you my treasured child, precious in my eyes, and reflecting the image of the one who formed you. Whenever you feel assaulted by negative thoughts or convictions that you are failing, run to me and allow my word to wash over you, cleansing you of those distortions. Do not be dismayed by the pressures of this world. Find your rest in me, for I am your fortress, and in me the forces that come against you cannot prevail. Hold fast to my truth, and trust that I will protect you from every snare of the enemy. When the pressure to conform to worldly standards becomes overwhelming, and you find yourself questioning who you really are, remember that your identity is rooted in my everlasting love. You are not defined by shifting cultural trends, nor by the judgments of others, nor by your achievements or failures. Instead, you are defined by my grace, sealed with my Spirit, and welcomed into my family without hesitation. I have called you by name, set my mark upon you, and invited you into the fullness of my kingdom, which transcends every temporary milestone on earth. So hold your head high, reflecting the dignity I have bestowed upon you, and never allow insecurities to erode your confidence in my plan. Remember that my kingdom is unshakable, and as my child, you share in that eternal stability. My child, even though you may face temptations that lure you away from my presence, I am stronger than any force that attempts to pull you off course. When you feel the tug of temptation gnawing at your conscience, or you stumble into a pit of regret, call out to me immediately, and I will rush to your side. My mercy is inexhaustible, and I will not forsake you for making mistakes, but I do urge you to repent quickly, turning your heart back to me. Do not allow guilt to chain you in secrecy. Instead, bring every misstep into the light of my truth, so that I may cleanse you and restore your joy. Take refuge in the knowledge that I have overcome the world, and in my victory, you can rise above every temptation. I am here to bind up your wounds, to mend the cracks in your heart caused by disappointments or betrayals that have shaped your past. Lean into my healing touch and trust that I can restore the broken places you have learned to hide or numb. You do not need to pretend in my presence. I welcome your honesty and your tears, and I honor your willingness to confront painful memories. Remember that I am the great physician, and I take delight in giving you beauty for ashes, joy for mourning, and the garment of praise in exchange for the spirit of heaviness. I will reassemble your shattered pieces into a stronger vessel, one that shines forth the story of redemption and hope. Surrender those tender places to me, and watch as I craft them into testimonies that honor my name. I take delight in your worship, not because I am an ego-driven deity, but because worship is the channel through which you experience the fullness of my presence and power. When you sing praises, offer your thanks, or even quietly meditate on my goodness, your spirit aligns more closely with my heart. In that holy alignment, you become more aware of my guidance, more open to my comfort, and more receptive to my transformative love. Do not underestimate the power of a single moment of genuine praise. It can dismantle walls of fear and open the door to miracles you never expected. Let your praise be sincere, not merely out of obligation, but as an overflow of gratitude for the grace I continually pour into your life. Rejoice, my child, for in your praises you discover the vibrant reality of a relationship with me. Remember that I have bestowed upon you a spirit of power and love and sound judgment, not one of timidity or defeat. So when anxiety threatens to overshadow your joy, remind yourself that you are anchored in me, and I am greater than any storm. Anxiety often thrives on uncertainties, but I encourage you to combat it by immersing yourself in my promises. Open your heart to my reassuring words, which declare that I hold your future, I watch your every step, and I plan only good for you. Replace your worries with prayers and your doubts with declarations of faith, trusting that my spirit within you is a steady compass. Embrace peace, for it is my gift to you, a gift that surpasses human reasoning and stands firm in the midst of trials. I notice every detail of your life, including the laughter that dances on your lips and the silent tears you shed when you think no one else sees. I celebrate with you in times of triumph, and I mourn with you in times of loss. There is nothing too great or too small that you cannot bring to me, for I am the God who numbers the hairs on your head. My compassion is boundless, and my empathy is infinite, which means I never grow weary of listening to your heart. Whether you come to me with the weight of the world pressing down, or with a simple prayer of thanksgiving, I welcome you equally, drawing you into the safety of my embrace. Confide in me, for I am the friend who stays closer than a brother, and I will never tire of being by your side. Some days you may feel the sting of doubt. Is my love really unconditional, or could I ever turn away from you if you fall short? Breathe deeply, my precious child, for my love does not hinge on your performance or perfection. I demonstrated my boundless love for you while you were still unaware of my truth. From the moment I called you into existence, my heart has been set on you, and my commitment to your well-being is unwavering. Let this knowledge free you from the exhausting cycle of trying to earn my favor, and rest instead in the certainty that you are already cherished. Respond to my love with sincere devotion, and trust that when you falter, my grace abounds. Move forward with confidence, for you dwell perpetually in the center of my affection. Do not fear the changes that life inevitably brings, for nothing escapes my watchful care. Seasons shift, relationships evolve, and your personal aspirations may transform over time. But I remain the same guiding force, ever mindful of your best interests. Cling to me when familiar comforts slip away, knowing that my presence will be your unshakable foundation. Let each new season become an opportunity to rediscover my faithfulness in a fresh context. While parting with the old can be painful, anticipate the new blessings I will unfold. for my creativity knows no bounds. Entrust your future to me, and I will reveal the wonders I have prepared, leading you from one place of grace to the next. My beloved child, whenever you feel the sting of rejection, remember that I have already chosen and accepted you with a perfect and abiding love. People may misunderstand you, trivialize your gifts, or dismiss your dreams, but in my sight, you have infinite worth. I crafted you, knowing full well the path you would tread, and I decided long before you were born that you were worthy of my love and my guidance. Seek your approval, therefore, in me alone, for I will never belittle your aspirations, nor belittle the beauty of the talents I have placed within you. Stand firm in this reality. Your life has significance, and I delight in every spark of hope that flickers within your soul. Let my acceptance quell the insecurity that arises from human opinions. When the storms of worry brew on the horizon, lift up your eyes and see me standing as your shield and defender. Perhaps the challenges feel enormous, and you cannot fathom how they will be resolved. But do not underestimate my power. I hold the authority to calm the tempest with a single word, and in my might, no obstacle is truly insurmountable. Like a fortress built upon the rock, I shelter you from the fiercest winds, ensuring that you do not crumble under pressure. Even if the winds howl and the rain pours, you can stand firm under my covering and remain unshaken. Recall how I have carried you through previous trials, and let that memory build your faith for the present storm. Know that my presence is more than enough to secure you in every hardship. Find solace in the knowledge that I work in ways you cannot see, orchestrating details to bring about my perfect will. If doors remain closed or relationships shift abruptly, trust that I am guarding you from paths that would harm you or distract you from your true calling. I see the bigger picture, painting it with colors you may not yet comprehend, but when you finally behold the completed masterpiece, you will marvel at my wisdom. Rest assured that I am with you even when answers seem delayed or hidden behind the veil of uncertainty. Embrace the waiting seasons as times of strengthening, for in patience, your trust in me matures. Hold on to faith, believing that I am weaving each thread of your life into a tapestry of grace, which will testify of my faithfulness to you. Beloved child, I have not forgotten the hopes you hold close to your heart, the ones you rarely speak of, for fear they may never come to fruition. Bring them into the light of my presence and share every yearning with me. Let me speak life into those dreams, shaping and refining them as needed, so they align perfectly with my design for you. Do not abandon hope prematurely, for many of the seeds you planted in past seasons are merely dormant, awaiting my appointed time to burst forth in beauty. Trust in my guidance, for I know precisely when to reveal each blessing. Remain patient yet expectant, confident that at the right moment I will command these seeds to flourish beyond what you dared to imagine. I see how you strive to do good, to serve others, and to sow kindness where it's needed. Yet sometimes your efforts go unacknowledged, and you feel overlooked. Hear this. Your labor of love is never wasted, for I see every act of compassion and every seed of generosity you plant. Even if the fruit does not immediately appear, I am nurturing those seeds to bring forth a harvest in due season. Persevere in your goodness, not for the applause of mankind, but to honor me. This is how light scatters darkness, shining through deeds of grace and mercy in a world that yearns for hope. Keep being faithful and trust that I am multiplying your small acts into a grand expression of my glory. Draw near to me consistently in prayer, for communication with me is the lifeblood of our relationship. Prayer does not have to be complicated or poetic. It simply needs to be genuine. Whisper to me your gratitude as you watch the sunrise, or cry out your frustrations when you feel trapped by circumstances. I long to share in every dimension of your life, to converse with you as a loving father who values your perspective, your joys, and your sorrows. In prayer, your spirit aligns with my will, and my power is unleashed to accomplish more than you could ever achieve alone. Keep praying, keep seeking, and do not be discouraged if answers arrive in forms you do not initially recognize. Rest assured that I hear you and am always responding, sometimes in ways that safeguard you more than you realize. I am your refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. So do not hesitate to run to me whenever life becomes overwhelming. My door is always open, and my arms are always extended, ready to embrace you. Let me be the safe haven where your frantic mind finds serenity, where you can release the burdens that weigh heavily on your soul. I am not distant or unaware. My love is active and dynamic, reaching into the very center of your pain to bring relief and renewal. Feel no shame in acknowledging your limits, for when you declare your dependence on me, you invite my boundless power to equip you. Stay still in my presence, allowing my spirit to refresh you, and know that you can face anything because I stand with you. When criticism or opposition arises, you may be tempted to lash out or retreat in fear, yet I invite you to respond with my grace and courage. Remember, I too was despised and rejected by many, yet I did not lose sight of my mission to love and redeem. Let your words be seasoned with gentleness and patience, reflecting the character of my spirit that dwells within you. Seek my perspective on those who oppose you, seeing them as individuals who themselves are in need of compassion and truth. I do not instruct you to allow abuse or to welcome harm, but I do challenge you to represent my love boldly, trusting that I can soften hearts and open eyes in my own time. Keep standing firm in my presence and let me shield you with my unwavering protection. I am intimately acquainted with your doubts and uncertainties, and I do not spurn you for wrestling with questions of faith. Rather, I welcome those who come with honest curiosity, ready to learn and grow in the knowledge of my ways. Do not be ashamed if you crave clarity or if some of my truths feel too vast to fully grasp. My wisdom transcends human understanding, and yet I willingly impart revelation to those who diligently seek me. Trust that in your pursuit, I will guide you into deeper comprehension of who I am and what I intend for you. I am patient, and I value your willingness to draw near even when you stumble over unanswered questions. Hold fast to what you do know, my love, my presence, my grace, and let these certainties anchor you through seasons of exploration. I delight in seeing you use the talents and creativity I have embedded in your soul. When you paint, write, sing, build, teach, serve, or lead, you reflect a glimmer of my divine essence. Do not hide these gifts or underestimate their capacity to touch lives, for I can multiply your efforts and influence in ways beyond your comprehension. Use them faithfully, with a humble heart, and dedicate them to my glory, knowing that your true fulfillment unfolds when you invest your time and energy in the things I have designed you to do. Stay true to the unique voice I have given you, and do not be discouraged if growth takes time. Each opportunity you embrace is another step in my larger plan, culminating in a tapestry of purpose and impact. Hold on to this truth, and let it inspire you to move forward boldly. I am the God of second chances, the God who redeems wasted years and restores shattered dreams. Regardless of how far you feel you may have strayed, or how many opportunities you think you have squandered, my arm is not too short to bring you back into the warmth of my will. It is never too late to align yourself with my direction, for I can breathe new life into deserted valleys and cause dry bones to live again. Turn to me, and I will heal your regrets, transforming them into a renewed sense of calling. I take joy in rewriting your story so that redemption and grace stand out as the central themes. So push aside the guilt, release the shame, and walk forward with bold faith. for my mercy is new every morning. Lift your eyes to me, my beloved, and see the radiance of my glory that covers you like a garment of light. You do not walk alone through trials of faith, for I am closer than your own heartbeat. When doubts assail you and fear tries to paralyze your soul, remember that I am the Lord, your banner, the one who goes before you in every battle. You need not fight in your own limited strength, for I provide you with spiritual armor, truth, righteousness, peace, faith, salvation, and my word, to stand firm against all forms of adversity. Take each step forward as an act of faith, declaring that my presence is your fortress, and watch as I turn obstacles into stepping stones. Never forget, your battles are not yours alone. They are opportunities for me to display my might on your behalf. My beloved child, I encourage you to approach each new day with a heart open to my possibilities. Yesterday may have been filled with mistakes or disappointments, but my mercies are fresh each morning, greeting you with forgiveness and new beginnings. Set aside resentment, fear, or any burden from the past, and let my love empower you to start again. In my kingdom, each dawn is a reminder of resurrection and renewal, testifying that darkness cannot hold back the light indefinitely. Dare to believe that I am writing a better tomorrow for you, one filled with blessings you have yet to encounter. Stand firm in my promises, and let hope brighten your spirit as you step into the day I have made for you. You will find that my comfort is a wellspring that never runs dry, ready to soothe you in the most agonizing moments. Lean on me when grief threatens to steal your peace, and let my gentle voice assure you that I am still at work in and around you. Yes, sorrow is part of the earthly journey, but I provide rest for your weary soul, even in the darkest nights. When tears fall, they do not go unnoticed. Each one is precious, and I hold them close, transforming them into pearls of compassion that enrich your empathy for others. Let me strengthen you in your trials, and you will emerge refined, ready to testify of my sustaining grace. Keep pressing forward, for every valley you traverse becomes a testament to my enduring kindness. If you find yourself in a season of waiting, longing for a breakthrough or a change in circumstances, know that I am with you in this in-between space. Waiting can be uncomfortable, testing your patience and perseverance, but it is in these seasons that your roots of faith grow deeper. Trust that I am working behind the scenes, aligning details, preparing hearts, and orchestrating events in a harmonious design. Surrender your timeline to me, acknowledging that my sense of timing transcends yours, and believe that I will bring about the best outcome for your life. Guard your heart against impatience or despair, reminding yourself that I have promised to never leave you. Hold on to hope with unwavering confidence, for a glorious dawn always follows the longest night. My child, I have placed within you the capacity for love, a love that mirrors mine and has the power to heal, unite, and uplift those around you. Cultivate that love, letting it blossom in your relationships, your acts of service, and your attitude toward those who challenge you. Do not underestimate the transformative power of one caring word or a small gesture of kindness. As you love, you testify of my presence in this world, displaying the tenderness that I pour into your heart each day. Open your eyes to the many opportunities to demonstrate compassion, for when you do, you fulfill my commandment and reflect my image. Keep extending your heart, even when it feels risky, for I will guard and nurture your soul in the process. I am the Good Shepherd, guiding you along paths of righteousness, ensuring that you find green pastures for nourishment and still waters for restoration. When you stray, I do not abandon you. Rather, I search for you until you are found, rejoicing when you return to my fold. In my care, there is no need to wander in aimless fear, for I have prepared a place of belonging for you. Listen for my voice, gentle yet firm, calling you back when you drift. Let go of misguided efforts to forge your own path apart from my guidance, and allow me to lead you to the fulfilling destinations I have ordained. Rest in my watchful care, and rejoice in the bounty I provide for your soul. Consider the cross, my child, and remember that I willingly took upon myself the weight of humanity's sin to offer you salvation and a relationship that nothing can sever. That is the measure of my love, a sacrifice so profound that it overcame death and opened the door to eternal life. No matter how broken you feel or how unworthy, this truth stands unshakable. You are loved beyond measure. Live in light of that sacrificial love, knowing that your value is priceless, that I see you through eyes of compassion, and that you are never too far gone for my hand to reach. Let your heart overflow with gratitude, and let that gratitude inspire you to share with others the grace that has forever changed your destiny. Speak to me daily, for I delight in each conversation we share, whether it is filled with praise, tears, laughter, or questions. This ongoing dialogue nourishes our bond, infusing your life with my wisdom and presence. Just as water revitalizes a parched land, so does prayer enliven your spirit, reminding you that you do not walk alone. Your prayers touch my heart, for you are my beloved, and I cherish every honest expression of your soul. Keep that channel open, welcoming my voice in response, and see how I provide clarity, insight, and the gentle correction needed to keep you on track. In this communion, you will find a wellspring of peace that the world cannot replicate. Do not be afraid to let your emotions come to the surface in my presence, for I formed your heart to feel deeply, to empathize, and to yearn for genuine connection. If you are burdened by sorrow, bring it to me. If you are overwhelmed by joy, share it with me, and let me celebrate alongside you. There is no feeling you must hide, for my love is wide enough, patient enough, and compassionate enough to handle your entire range of emotions. My grace extends into every corner of your being, shining light on the hidden crevices of your heart, gently healing wounds you barely recognize. Embrace my invitation to be transparent before me, and you will experience a closeness that transcends ordinary relationships. I uphold you by my strength, which is far more reliable than fleeting human capabilities. When your own stamina fails, my power rises to meet your need, enabling you to persevere when logic says you should quit. Lean into my limitless capacity, for I never tire or grow weary, and in my hands, your weaknesses can transform into testimonies of triumph. Do not hold back from me when you feel inadequate. Bring me your exhaustion, your confusion, and your doubts, trusting that my might will sustain you. In doing so, you proclaim that you believe in a strength greater than your own, and that faith will open doors for miracles to abound in your life. Find rest in my inexhaustible reserves of love and power. Guard your heart against the pitfalls of pride, for humility paves the way for deeper intimacy with me. When you acknowledge your dependence on me, you enter the doorway of true wisdom, where my spirit can flourish in your life. Pride builds walls, isolating you from my guidance and from genuine relationships with others. Instead, let humility keep your spirit teachable, enabling you to grow in character and grace. When you approach me in honest meekness, I will lift you up in due time, revealing more of my goodness and power through your life. Walk humbly, acknowledging that every blessing, every talent, and every gift is a reflection of my generosity toward you. Be resilient in your trials, holding tightly to my promise that I bring beauty from ashes and redemption from what appears lost. Even when life's landscape seems barren, I am planting seeds of restoration beneath the surface. This process can be slow, and you may question whether anything can ever bloom again. but trust that I am the master gardener, tending these seeds carefully, ensuring they receive the nourishment of my grace. One day they will burst forth in vibrant testimony of my faithfulness, and you will stand in awe of how I took your darkest seasons and turned them into fields of rejoicing. So endure with hope, remembering always that I am writing a glorious conclusion to your story. I crafted you for fellowship, for interaction with others, for companionship that reflects the unity of my triune nature. Cherish the people in your life, family, friends, neighbors, even strangers, and see them as opportunities to extend my love. When tensions rise or misunderstandings occur, remember that my grace is sufficient to foster reconciliation and healing. Offer forgiveness quickly, speak kindness readily, and serve wholeheartedly. For in these acts of love, you demonstrate that my spirit is active within you. Relationships can be messy, but they are also fertile ground for spiritual growth and for displaying the depth of my compassion. Continue to invest in them with wisdom and care, and trust that I will guide your connections in accordance with my divine plans. Sometimes you may feel invisible, convinced that your contributions are insignificant or that your presence goes unnoticed. My beloved, know that I see you. I see the dedication you bring to mundane tasks, the patience you show in frustrating circumstances, and the quiet ways you bless others. None of these gestures escape my notice, and I cherish every moment you invest in love, however small it might seem. Your humility is precious to me, and your willing heart is an example of my transforming grace. Remain steadfast, for your faithfulness is of great worth in my kingdom, and I promise you that your reward is safe in my hands, awaiting the day I reveal how your simple acts resonated throughout eternity. Listen intently for my voice in the silence, for I speak in the stillness as much as in the whirlwind. In a world bursting with noise, it can be challenging to find that quiet space where you can hear me whisper guidance into your spirit. Yet I yearn to share with you the insights that will keep your feet on the right path. Set aside moments to simply be with me, without agenda or distraction, letting my presence saturate your soul. In that place of hush, I deposit seeds of wisdom, seeds that will bring forth clarity and fortitude in times of turbulence. Do not neglect the value of sacred silence, for therein lies a gateway to encountering my voice in a profoundly intimate way. My beloved, I have fashioned you to be a light in this world, a carrier of hope in places that feel devoid of possibility. As you stand rooted in my love, your radiance will dispel the shadows that cloud the minds and hearts of those around you. You might wonder, how can my humble efforts make a difference? But trust that the smallest flame can shatter the densest darkness. Follow my lead in extending compassion, in speaking truth, in loving the unlovable, and you will be amazed at the magnitude of change a single willing soul can catalyze. So shine brightly, not in your own strength, but through the brilliance of my spirit shining within you, guiding others to find refuge in my open arms. Embrace the journey of faith with courage, remembering that I do not expect you to possess unwavering certainty at every moment. Faith grows through the process of trusting me step by step, especially when the path is unclear. Each time you lean on my promises instead of your own understanding, your faith matures. Each trial you endure with perseverance molds your character and fortifies your belief in my sovereign care. Do not despise the small leaps of faith. They are the building blocks for grand acts of trust in the future. Celebrate your progress, and celebrate that I am molding you into a warrior of faith who stands tall, not because you are perfect, but because your roots are anchored in me. I am your anchor in the turbulence of life, your constant in a world that is always shifting. Let my steadfast nature ground you when you feel pulled in countless directions by competing demands or unforeseen crises. Keep your focus on me, and let every circumstance become an opportunity to draw deeper from my wellspring of peace. When the storms rage, remain calm in the knowledge that I hold you securely. Never doubt that my commitment to you is firm. Even if the earth shakes, I remain unshaken. Face each challenge with the assurance that nothing can sever you from my grasp. You are safe with me, always. As you move through each season of life, whether it be one of exuberant joy, deep sorrow, intense struggle, or serene peace, remember that I, the Lord your God, am your anchor, your shepherd, your guide, and your ever-present companion. I will never leave you nor forsake you, and my love for you is an everlasting love, stronger than death and unquenchable by any trial. Lean on me, trust in my words, seek my presence daily, and watch as I turn even the most painful chapters into stories of redemption. I bless you, I walk with you, and I invite you to hold steadfastly to hope. Keep your eyes forward, my beloved, for the best is yet to come.